Hello guys, welcome back to another video. I'm back with another budget my paycheck with me video. These are my favorite type of videos to watch, honestly, just like have on in the background, listen to how people budget their money, where they place their money, what they do with sinking funds, investments, everything like that. Got a matcha going. I was up really late last night. We actually went to the ER for my husband's foot. We thought that he broke his toe because he dropped like a 65-pound box on it, but turns out it's just a bad crush injury. But I think I only ended up getting home at like 2 a.m. or something like that. So I've had my 2 coffees. Now I'm onto my matcha and I don't feel bad about it. But yeah, so we're going to get into today's video. I actually just got paid yesterday, so today is the day to kind of distribute all of that money and show you guys where it goes. I'm going to start by making my list of all the things that I want to check off today because some weeks vary. Like this week I have municipal taxes to pay, so that's something that I don't always do every pay period, so I'm adding that to my list for this week. I'm also going to update my spreadsheet just a little bit. I have to update the year in it. So yeah, just things like that. So I'm going to get my list ready. I'm going to show you guys that and then we'll get back into it. So first thing I have to do is actually change this right here, 2024 financial goals to 2025, because I completely forgot to do that last time in my last budget with me video, and some people pointed it out and you were very right. It was not up to date. So change it because we're in 2025. The next thing I'm going to do is actually update the source of income section here because this was last week's pay, and my pays tend to vary from week to week based off of overtime or things like that. So I'm gonna go and see how much I was paid this week and update those numbers there. All right, so I just checked my pay stub and I'm actually going to update it now. Because I can't do math in my head, I'm going to do math over here on this little section because this week I'll show you guys a screenshot of what I was paid so that you can see that it's actually real, but I'm going to blank out the name of the company, obviously, for confidentiality reasons. But this week is actually a little bit different because I received like my paycheck with base salary plus overtime, but then I also received an extra amount on the side for a signing bonus. So it's a little bit higher than usual. I don't get this every week, even though I wish I would. So this equals out to $2,740.86. So I will update that here. Before I press enter, you'll see that this number here is $396.11. My spreadsheet calculates based off of all of the weekly breakdown amounts here, how much we have left over after everything has been put into savings and yada yada. So now that I press enter, you'll see that it's going to change to $1,050 left over. So this is after my mortgage is taken into account, electric bill, license, registration, all of those things, all of my savings as well. So what I can choose to do with that amount is either put it into a savings account. I can choose to put it in my leftover spending money, which is like the fun money. But yeah, depending on like what's coming up in the next month, couple of weeks, honestly, I'll decide what to do with that. So we will get into now paying off all of our accounts. All right, so I actually just checked to see how much we have to pay on our credit cards. And on my credit card, I have $400.57 to pay. And then on my husband's, we have $383 to pay. So not too bad. We are honestly trying to cut down on our spending a little bit with just the uncertainty in the world and everything that's going on. We're really just trying not to overspend. So this is really like groceries, essentials, stuff like that, gas. Next thing I'm going to do is actually start paying off my accounts. So not paying off my accounts, but adding money into my sinking funds, and then paying off our credit card and our municipal taxes. I would love to be able to show you guys my screen while I'm doing that, but it shows all of our account numbers and whatnot. So I'm going to do them, and I will put up little screenshots on the screen, and I'll do like kind of a walkthrough of those to tell you like how much we're paying into what. So at least you guys will be able to have a visual without seeing everything.
This is the first transfer of the day. It's towards our apartment fund, but I should really rename that. It's actually to repay our mortgage quicker. In the past, we wanted to invest in real estate, but now with the housing market, it's really unattainable. So yeah, it's just really to repay our mortgage quicker. This is our joint savings, and it is just for rainy day savings, any emergencies, stuff like that that may come up. This one is our home fund. It's for projects, decorations, any home accessories that we want to buy and do guilt-free. This one is for Christmas, and it's to ensure that come Christmas time we actually have the money readily available to spend and we're not sitting there searching for it. This is for car maintenance, and I want to get this account to $2,000. This one is leftover spending, so anything that we did not spend that we would either like to allocate towards just treating ourselves, or maybe eventually investing that money, or even using it to repay our mortgage a bit quicker. It's just an account for that.
So I actually just went ahead and paid off our credit cards. Unfortunately, that was something that I couldn't show you either. That's what's kind of not too great about these types of videos, is that your account numbers are written all over the place. So there's not a whole lot that you can show on your screen. But one thing that I wanted to mention is that in our credit card payment that had to be made, there was actually an amount for $93.41 that we spent for material to do a little home project that I posted in another video in our kitchen, like our kitchen pantry. But we have a sinking fund specifically for that. So for different projects, little renovations that we contribute $100 a week to. So that's one of the payments that you saw that I made in the screenshots earlier. So I'm actually going to go and take $93.41 out of the home account, and I'm going to put it in the leftover spending account, because the leftover spending account is where I make all of my payments to our credit card from. I know it may sound a little bit confusing, but that's why this spreadsheet is so fun to use, because you can simplify it as much as you want and name the accounts whatever you want to make it work for you and your lifestyle. This is just what's worked for me and what I've named my accounts throughout the years, but what works for me isn't going to work for you. But I just enjoy showing and sharing my tips and tricks with you guys, because you can take some and you can leave some. All right, so now we're going to get into something that is fun to me. I may be kind of a geek with these things, but it is what it is. So the not fun part about this is that I have to pay my municipal taxes. So our municipal taxes, I have my nice little paper here with what I owe from the city, which I won't show, but I will tell you guys what I owe. So this year we have a total owing amount of $3,270.05. And I am going to update the numbers in my spreadsheet to make sure that I am taking into account the right amount based off of what we owe, because it varies from one year to the next. It varies on the value of your house. If they deem that the value of your house goes up, then your municipal taxes go up. If they remove a service, like say they didn't remove the service in our case, but if they remove the garbage disposal, then we wouldn't be paying garbage disposal. So yeah, I'm just going to make sure that everything balances out. So in my spreadsheet, I have a section here for municipal and school taxes. So I combine the two together. On my other screen, I have the amount of the school taxes. So I'm going to do a quick little calculation of one plus the other to see if this amount of $3,511.69 has changed. So I'm just going to do this over here. So last year my school taxes were $323.55. This year the amount owing for municipal taxes are $3,270.05. So 1 + 1 = $3,593.60. So it actually went up. Darn, I was hoping it would go down. But what's nice about this is that you can see now how my budget is going to change in consequence. So what I do is every single week I will take $67.53, which is the yearly amount that I owe for these taxes divided by 52 weeks, and I put that in a account specifically for to make sure that the money is always allocated there for when it comes time to pay my municipal taxes or school taxes. So this amount is now going to change. So I'm going to, what did I say it was? I'm just gonna write this down. $3,593.60. So I'm going to go manually update this here to 359360. So without pressing enter, you'll see that the amount that I need to allocate every week is $67.53. Now that I press enter, $69.11. So what I do personally, and it's just a personal choice that I make, is I round up. So I round up to the nearest dollar. If it's $78, I round up to 79. If it's $83, I round up to 84, just to make sure that in the case that there's ever any inconsistencies or whatnot, then you just have like a little buffer. So that's what I like to do. So I'm going to erase this here. And now I am going to also update that amount owing on my phone, because I keep on my notes just kind of like a little blurb of what I owe, where my money goes every week, so that if ever I'm on the go, I can just easily access that. But yeah, like this tool has been a lifesaver for me, because I don't ever have to think like, do I have this month I have to pay $1,090 for my municipal taxes? Like, do I have the $1,090 for the municipal taxes? No, like it's always there. It's just always there. It's always accounted for. So I honestly cannot talk highly enough about this spreadsheet. I totally love it. Something else that I just took care of was transferring some money that I received from a social media payment to my bank account. So for this specific payment, I had received $125.09, like you can see on the screen, from PayPal, and I took that and I'm transferring it over into our bank account, and it will arrive in 3 to 5 business days. What I do with this money for right now is absolutely nothing. I don't spend it. I put it in an account specifically to be able to ensure that I pay the appropriate amount of tax on it at the end of the year. And at the end of the year, once I have paid the appropriate amount of tax on it, then I will use what is left over either for investments, splurging, whatever that may be, but typically it's more investments and home projects. Social media is a great way to earn some money on the side. You have to really try to be as active with it as you possibly can, though it's not super easy. It doesn't come quickly. It really didn't come quickly for us. Both my husband and I tried to make a little bit of side money on social media, but at this point it's nothing to quit our jobs over, obviously. But yeah, it's just nice to have that extra money laying around. So I'm gonna go ahead and also write that down in a spreadsheet that I use to keep track of how much is made. I'm not going to show that to you guys because it shows like a bunch of passwords and whatnot, but yeah, so I have like another spreadsheet that I use just to keep track of what we make in the year. The last two things I want to show you are totally optional, and I am so not an expert in this first topic that I'm going to speak on, so don't take what I'm saying for granted. Do your own research on things. It's taken me quite a while to learn anything about this specific topic, and I wouldn't want to sway anybody wrong. So yeah, I'm just showing my personal experience. So this is actually a stock that I'm watching, Global Tech Industries Group, that I invested a little bit of money. And when I say a little bit of money, it's a little bit of money. I didn't invest thousands of dollars into this stock, but I actually invested money back in the beginning of last year, I would say. Is that accurate? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's accurate. So the stock is currently valued at almost 19 cents. I'm trying to look at the graph here to see. Yeah, no. Okay, I actually invested back in, why can I not find this? I guess it wasn't as far back as I thought. Okay, so I must have invested back in August. Wow, okay, I thought it was longer than that. I bought I bought several thousand shares, but it's not several $1,000s because the price was so low. It was actually worth 3 cents at that point. So I bought some shares in that, and now it's up to almost 19 cents. So I've made a little bit of money on that, and the stock is expected to go up in value. Every stock is expected to go up in value, and that's always what they say. But yeah, so I'm just kind of leaving the money there for now, and hopefully it gains some traction and continues to go up, and then I will just withdraw that money, deposit it into our bank account. On stocks though, like, this is considered, when you make money off of stocks, it's considered capital gains. And with capital gains, you have to pay a certain amount of tax on your profit. So if you may make, for example, $1,000 on a stock, you're not actually making $1,000 because you have to take into consideration the taxable amount that you will owe when you do your income taxes at the beginning of the year. So that's just a little side note, because a lot of people will tend to take that profit and deposit it into their bank account, spend it, and then be caught having to owe a few $100s, a few $1,000s on capital gains that they don't have. So I calculate all the time what I make as profit, deduct the capital gains, and keep the capital gains in a separate account so that I'm able to pay it during tax season. But saying that, I don't invest in penny stocks like this all the time. I do invest within my retirement account and within my TFSA into mutual funds, but they are portfolios. There are so many different stocks in those portfolios, and a good selection of them. So like either from banks to oil companies to whatever. So there's various ones in there. So if one is going down, then one may be going up. So you're not necessarily at a risk of losing a high amount of money unless you're invested in very, how do I say it? Like very volatile stocks. So yeah, that's just a side note. The next thing I do is I scan all of our documents, like tax documents and stuff like that. So like our municipal taxes that I was talking about before, I actually scan all of those papers and I store them in Dropbox. So I keep them categorized by which section they should go into. So like here you'll see I have all of our school taxes from 2019 when we purchased our house up until the school taxes last year. This year in 2025 we still haven't received our new tax papers, so I still haven't been able to upload them and to save them into this account. Once I get them, then they will be in there. And municipal taxes I have up until 2024. I have 2025 in my hands. So now that I have that, I'm going to scan it and keep it in there. So then that way I can conserve all of these documents and look back on them if ever I please. I want to thank you guys as always for tuning in. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, love making these types of videos. I love learning about how people manage their money. It's so intriguing to me, whether you have a little bit of money or a lot of money, just what you do with it and how every family unit or person sees something to be more of a priority than another thing when it comes to spending money on it. So yeah, like just sharing this with you brings me such joy, and I love watching your content about it too. And if you guys ever have any questions, like anything that you know would like maybe for me to help you look at when it comes to finances, like send a comment in my video. Like I'd be super happy to help you guys out, or contact me on TikTok. I'm mostly active on TikTok, not so much on Instagram, But yeah, like I'm just super happy to keep sharing this content with you guys, and if ever I pick up new tips and tricks, then I will post about them here. But yeah, I'm just really liking being able to share this with you guys, and hope you guys enjoy this content as well. Also, if you think that life looks perfect all the time online, I'm here to share that that is not actually the case, because I show what I want to show and I don't show the behind the scenes that looks like this. So